in every state in the union, technically they need to give you either the ability to open carry, conceal carry, or both, but they need to give you the right to carry. That doesn't mean it works out like that, because, I understand what California, New York, Illinois, and on and on and on does to their citizens by restricting their ability to carry. But technically, you gotta do one of those. The state has to let you do one of those two things, or both. And in the state of Missouri, you can open or conceal carry. Either one's fine. But they did leave it up to the cities to decide for themselves which one they will or will not allow. Now, for example, in Kansas City, open carry is allowed as well as conceal carry. You can open or you can conceal carry. And in the town I live in, you can't open carry. You can only conceal carry. So I want to take a moment and really kind of speak to why I definitely would recommend you do not open carry and why I don't open carry. And really it comes down to, it's not because my town says I can't open carry. It's not. It's simply because I believe there's several things that happen when you open carry. Well, number one, you draw a lot of negative attention to yourself. And you may be the type of person that's like, I don't care. I do. I don't want, really, I try to draw no attention to myself first and foremost. So, everywhere I go, like when I was in college and I walked into a class for the first time, I'd find a back seat in the back corner in the dark and I'd go sit back there and I'd sit in silence the entire time. Unless participation was part of your points, and then I couldn't get me to shut up because of one of those points. But, other than that, I sat in the back and you might not have even known I was there. And that's really how I like to go through life. I don't like drawing a lot of attention to myself. And the type of attention you're going to get, is not the kind that you want. So, for example, like in Las Vegas, Nevada, they don't recognize Missouri concealed carry permits. So what I have to do is, if I want to carry in Nevada, I can only open carry. I can't conceal carry. And I remember calling the county sheriff in Las Vegas and asking, what do I do? I got to cross through a casino, to get to this convention. Sorry about the wind there. And he said, well, you can open carry in the casinos. And I thought, that sounds crazy to me. Like, there's no way I'm doing that. Like, number one, I don't think it'll work out. I don't think I'm going to walk in with a gun on my hip, clearly. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't want to be the guy that finds out. If you know by chance or you've done it, put it in the comments below. I just know I don't want to be the guy that finds out. And in the state of Washington and Oregon, which I spend a lot of time in because that's where my family is, in the Portland area. Some of them are in the Portland, Oregon, and some of them are on the Washington side of Portland. And you can open carry, but you can't conceal carry. And I just thought, could you imagine going to downtown Portland open carrying? I mean, there's no way you're not going to jail. I mean, there's no way. Maybe I'm wrong. Put it in the comments below if you know. But in all those scenarios, really, I feel like kind of my only option if I was going to open carry would be something like, like a North American Arms revolver belt buckle, where I'm like, well, just because you didn't see it, it's still there and open, It's about the only way I can see it working out. The other reason I don't open carry, even if it was fine, is I don't like the criminal attention it brings in. And kind of what I mean by the criminal intention somebody's bag of clothes there. There's a body around here or something. Huh. It's always weird when you find a bag of clothes on the trail. I'm way back in the woods too. Way back in the trail. Take you 20 minutes just to get to where I'm at on foot. All these rocks and stuff. That was weird. Keep my eye out. All right, anyhow. But the criminal attention you bring to yourself is something that you're probably not prepared for. And what I mean by that is that criminals, when they see that gun on your hip, they're going to want that gun on your hip, many of them. And they're very bold. They'll just take it in the middle of daylight in front of hundreds of people. And nobody's going to help you. They're going to film it and put it on TikTok. But they're definitely not going to help you. You're just going to have to fight for your gun. And unless you're used to fighting for a gun, you're probably going to lose that gun. And then once the criminal has your gun, you better surrender at that point, because they're going to blow you away if you don't. So, man, I'd like to avoid both those things. One, I don't want the negative attention from anti-gunners freaking out because I got a gun, or just security at a casino or something. But number two is I believe you're going to draw a lot of criminal elements. You're just going to draw a lot of attention to you. A lot of people have their firearms stolen. There's videos of it all over YouTube. You can probably spend all day watching people get their guns stolen from them. It's just a foolish thing to do unless you're prepared, And I understand there's places, like if you're in the mountains, it doesn't matter. Like, you're obviously not going to draw any attention to yourself. And it's good to have a gun on your hip. If you're in the outback kind of thing, like in Alaska or Montana, to protect yourself from four-legged and two-legged predators. But generally speaking, this is not a good idea. And, and that's just my opinion. For what it's worth, I don't open carry, and a lot of you do, and that's okay. I just don't want that kind of attention at all. Any thoughts or insight on any of this, definitely put it below. I do want to take a moment and say most people watch this channel, not subscribers. Click that subscribe button. It greatly increases the algorithm and our ability to get these messages out. That link is below. But the most important part of this channel is we take prayer requests. So please don't ever hesitate to send that in. Thank you for watching this episode of God, Family, and Guns. And as always, love God, love your family, and love guns.